Vamos a entrar en los... Estamos justo en la cripta y vamos a entrar ahora en los recuerdos de este señor. ¿Qué es esto?
And coincidentally,
A ver, escucha esto.
who arrives at the same time as Emily? Louis de Richet, his son. He brings his 4 children together, and even then I didn't react.
This is about my arrival, as well as Emily's. There must be an earlier memory that talks about my sisters.
Sí, la secuencia de... Vale, o sea que este no es el primero.
And coincidentally, who arrives at the same time as Emily?
O sea, tengo que reconstruir la secuencia de recuerdos. Vale, esto no lo había leído. ¿Cuántos recuerdos tenemos? No hay ninguno. Aquí hay un cuadro. Pero no me va a dejar estar aquí, ¿no? ¿O sí?
Who's there? Elizabeth? But I saw your body. You're dead.
Gregory? No. No, you are not Gregory. Something's not right. Gregory, you are in danger.
Elizabeth, what's the matter?
Who are you?
Sí.
My name is Louis de Richet. Oh. William Alexander Mortimer's son.
William?
Ah,
I see.
Yes.
What's happening here? My son is in danger. Talk.
¿Quién eres? Holm va a morir.
Sir Gregory has been poisoned.
What? Who dares attack my son?
It would seem it was Lord Mortimer.
William, that vile little traitor. He dared overstep our family rules. No member of the family will you kill. The dog, he will pay for this.
Pero Elizabeth...
I thought you were dead.
I am not Elizabeth Adams. She was killed. Brutally. Who killed her? Tell me.
I haven't the faintest idea.
Very well.
Is it you
Your
who...
question is irrelevant. Elizabeth was just a receptacle which allowed me to observe William's actions.
Joder.
But I didn't even ask the question.
You thought it.
You're the one who Elizabeth kept hearing in her head. You're the one who gnawed at her from inside, year after year.
Who dares speak to me in that tone of voice?
She spent her whole life trying to escape from you.
And it was all for nothing. No one can escape from me. I am the father of all, founder of our house, grand architect of the laws that govern us, and creator of he you call Gregory Holm. At this moment, yes, as well as all of his brothers and sisters.
Damn it. It's Holm and Mortimer's father. But why am I hearing you through
Joder, ya me lo
Elizabeth
imaginaba.
Adams?
So that is how you see me, is it? Here, everything is mere make-believe. Your mind is working to give me an appearance that will allow you to see me.
No,
Deja irme.
Louis, no. The longer you remain in his presence, the more danger you're in. Just get out of here.
Wait! I have a proposal to make to you.
Sí, tengo mucha
I'm
curiosidad.
listening.
William has to pay for what he did. He had no right. No one must ever attack a member of one's own family. That is the law. If you don't want to be involved in all this, let me enter your mind. When the time comes, I will just step in.
You mean, like with Elizabeth?
Elizabeth was not part of our family. She didn't get any choice.
But you can't say it worked out well for her. What's to say that once inside he won't stay there?
If I ask my children to respect the rules, then I must do so as well. So, do you accept my proposal?
Hostia, me fío de un diablo. Joder. Es que me da muy puto mal rollo, que se meta dentro de mi cabeza. ¿Pero qué hago yo enfrentándome a Mortimer? Solo.
I'm sorry, I'd rather not get involved in your disputes. I understand that you're mad at him, but I refuse to let you use me to get at him.
Young fool.
Goodbye.
No! Come back, or you too shall feel my wrath!
Madre mía. La hostia. Si veo otro cuadro, paso de meterme, Joder. Qué mal rollo. Ay, la leche. Vale, este era un recuerdo que hemos dicho que había otro antes. Tan chulos estos cuadros.
And the cherry on the cake. And the cherry on the cake is I drank his cursed tea. He knew I would drink it. The rascal knows me better than I do myself.
Vale, este es bastante...
The blood that Mortimer used is deadly poison for a demon. Holm won't survive it. Oh, it's over for him. He's finished.
Vale, este es uno de los últimos.
He allowed me to bring Emily back again. He allowed me to bring Emily back again to this conference, supposedly to find her sister, whereas Emma hadn't even disappeared yet. The poor wretch was shot as her sister was setting foot on the island. I should have understood that earlier.
Querían sustituirla. Yes.
It's about my first vision on the island, the day of my arrival. This could be the beginning of the story, yet Holm is talking about bringing Emily back again. So there must have been something before this.
Aquí hay dos más.
France. So much effort, so much wasted time. From Charles Martel to the wars of religion. I simply did not consider Protestantism to be a real threat, and that was my greatest mistake. My faith in Father and the Catholic Church that he administered made me blind. I can see that now. I lost France through 100 years of war.
Analysis is correct, but there's no link to what interests me here.
It was a trap right from the start. It was a trap right from the start. At the previous conference 3 years ago, I'm sure he already knew I would bring the Hillsborough sisters here. He knew it. He knew it. He already knew they were his daughters.
Joder. ¿En serio?
Previous conference? That's when Mortimer started putting his plan into action. That's how this whole thing began.
Vale. Pero nos quedan unos cuantos más. Vamos a verlos todos antes de pulsar ninguno, no va a ser que...
I recalled Sparta, of my exchanges back then with my brother. I did everything in my power to avoid the Peloponnesian War, but he wouldn't listen. He always wanted more. Father wasn't gentle with William back then, shutting him in the body of Pericles for 8 years and reducing Athens and its cursed democracy to its knees.
One of Holm's distant memories and one of his brothers. With an ego like his, he's undoubtedly talking about Mortimer. Could there be a link here? No, at the time they weren't enemies like they are today.
And when Elizabeth disappeared, No, it's not possible. I couldn't have missed that. Not me. He cut me off from our father, and I didn't say a word.
Elizabeth's presence was crucial for Holm. If she was still here, he'd still be alive. This memory is important without a shadow of a doubt. It took place after my arrival with Emily and Cardinal Biaggi, but well before I found out the truth about my nature.
Joder, qué lío. O sea, que este es después de la llegada. ¡Ay, qué dolor! De narices.
He feeds Louis, and I continue to see nothing. He stuffed his poor son with an occult knowledge that we usually take months to give to our children, and Louis is only trying his best to get by. He doesn't realize he's being led to the slaughter.
So Holmes seems certain that Mortimer has been using me, but I get the impression that he's only had this vision recently. It's one of the last ones he had.
I must speak to you. I recall Sparta.
Reconstruye la secuencia de recuerdos de Sir Holm.
France, so much effort, so much wasted time.
Los recuerdos también tendré que reconstruirlos, imagino. Me quedan aquí 2.
Charles Francois. What an adventure. It was so easy for me to sell your title of Marquis de Maintenon to Françoise d'Aubigné and to sail for the Caribbean islands. One of my greatest successes. With one stroke, I placed myself right next to the King of France, with a mistress under my orders. And I was able to impose my law over the seas of the triangular trade.
Anyhow, I should try to concentrate on his voice. He's talking about Charles-François d'Angennes and Françoise d'Aubigné. They were contemporaries of Louis XIV. This has nothing to do with what brought Holm here. I had to look somewhere else.
Vale, o sea, todo lo que no tenga que ver con la historia no nos interesa en absoluto.
Dear Countess Dunolstein. Dear Countess Dunolstein, what a pity you disappointed me. Managed to swindle Lafayette for the damage he did to the Western monarchies. So full of remorse once it was done, I don't really regret making you steal the necklace and end up in a convent.
I heard about this story. The Countess was apparently an acquaintance of Sir Gregory, but this has nothing to do with what's happening at the manor. I can put that one to the side.
Vale. Ah, pues ya está.
Dear Countess Dunolstein.
Perfecto. Entonces tenemos estos dos rechazados. El de Esparta también rechazado y este de aquí de Francia también rechazado. Y creo que este era el primero, ¿correcto?
Previous conference? That's when Mortimer started putting his plan into action. That's how this whole thing began.
At the previous conference 3 years ago, I'm sure he already knew I would bring
This is the first event that brought Holm here. Oh yeah, I'm on the right track.
Primer recuerdo encontrado. El segundo recuerdo... Este no es.
He allowed me to bring Emily back again to this.
O sí.
It's about my first vision on the island, the day of my arrival. This could be the beginning of the story, yet Holm is talking about bringing Emily back again. So there must have been something before this.
Este es el segundo.
He allowed me to bring Emily back again to this conference. Supposedly to find
I'm on the
her
right track here.
whereas...
Este es de cuando se envenenó con el S. Este es bastante más reciente. Pero allí no había ninguno, ¿no? No.
And coincidentally, who arrives at the same time as Emily?
Este va a ser el siguiente, ¿no?
This is about my arrival, as well as Emily's. There must be an earlier memory that talks about my sisters.
And coincidentally, who arrives at the same time as Emily?
I'm getting closer to him.
And
Este recuerdo
coincidentally, who
encontrado.
arrives at the same time as Emily?
Voy a asegurarme de que por aquí no queda ningún recuerdo porque me da... Miedo me da que nos estemos saltando alguno por aquí, pero no.
Be quick!
Por aquí no habrá nada. No parece, ¿no? Nos queda este del veneno.
The cherry on the cake.
The blood that Mortimer used is deadly poison for a demon. Holm won't survive it. Oh, it's over for him. He's finished.
A ver, quizás
And the
recuerdo.
cherry on the cake is I drank his cursed tea. He knew I would drink it. The rascal knows me better than I do myself.
Este es bastante reciente. Este tiene que ser el último, seguro. De estos dos hemos dicho que uno. Este hemos dicho que no valía. Este ya lo hemos usado, el primero.
So much effort. So much
Este no. ¿De cuál era?
I recalled Sparta, and when Elizabeth disappeared, No, it's not possible. I couldn't have missed that. Not me. He cut me off from our father, and I didn't say a word.
Elizabeth's presence was crucial for Holm. If she was still here, he'd still be alive. This memory is important without a shadow of a doubt. It took place after my arrival with Emily and Cardinal Biaggi, but well before I found out the truth about my nature.
O sea que este es el
He
siguiente.
cut me off from our father, and I didn't say a word. And
One
when
more.
Elizabeth disappeared,
Cuarto recuerdo, claro que sí. Aquí es cuando ya me explica lo de mi naturaleza.
he feeds Louis, and he stuffed his poor son with an occult knowledge that we
Getting to
usually
the end here.
months to get.
Ya está. Ya tengo el último.
He broke the rules. I recall Sparta.
Corre, Luis. Compañero. Nos queda solo uno. Madre mía, qué tensión.
I can't hold out.
Ahí está el del veneno.
And the cherry on the cake is And the cherry on the cake is I drank his cursed tea. He trapped me. He poisoned me to stop me from being able to leave this body. He
Toma.
cut off all communication with father and brought his children here. How could I not have seen it earlier? He's going to absorb me. The traitor! No one can stop him now. Hurry, Louis. I absolutely must see you before it's too late. If you have managed to follow my thoughts, come to me. Quickly!
Madre mía. Continuaremos en el próximo capítulo.